Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to the Oracle of the Light channel. And welcome, everybody. It's lovely to see you all today. Thank you for joining me. And before we do anything, first of all, let's welcome all of our new subscribers. So hello, nice of you to join us. Thank you for watching, and thank you for everyone for watching around the world. Before we begin, though, don't forget to give a thumbs up and to subscribe below. It is free to subscribe, and it really does mean so much. It means so much to me too when you subscribe. It really helps our channel so much. And it's free as well. And as I always have to begin with as well, all the readings are for entertainment purposes only, as we know. So today, what we're looking at during the show is if Democrats will wipe out the Republicans in the 2026 midterms. Now, the reason why I'm actually doing this question is because actually this question, believe it or not, is in quite a lot of people's minds already, believe it or not. And he's only just kind of stepped into the presidency, but Felon 45 has only just stepped in and people are already I think waiting to vote him out. So these midterms are going to be quite critical. And I know it seems like it's going to be a long, long way away, to be honest. 2026 seems a long, long way away from where we are right now. And the speed of things have been moving. So I do understand that as well. Who knows, we might not even get to 2026 before something happens. But nevertheless, the questions I'm still posing are going to be about whether the Democrats are going to be wiping out the Republicans in the 2026 midterms. Nevertheless, there's a few questions I'm actually going to ask during this show. But the first thing what I wanted to do is just break down some things that have happened since he's Felon 45 has stepped into the presidency. That's just quite interesting, and I think this is also quite interesting because of looking at this question as well about the wipeout. So first of all, just a few things that are going on right now. So at the moment, as we speak, Felon's approval rating is now at 53% unfavorable. That I think is very unusual for any president at this stage in their presidency to have got such a score. But yeah, his score is now 53% unfavorable. That's not good. Let's just put it like that. That isn't a good approval rating. And also, the Felon's tariff wars has resulted in economic instability, not just in America, but also around the world. It's created a lot of instability, as we've seen the markets going up and down when he's been pausing them and taking them off. And he's still playing with the figures, I believe. There's still stuff going on with those tariffs. And also, the Felon is also still talking about mass deportation, as well as having a lack of respect for due process and the Constitution. And this is also still going on. And I think that's really scaring people in terms of like this lack of approval rating and stuff like that, you know. Also, as well, DOGE is also still looking at halting hundreds of regulations and looking at dismantling much of the federal government. And it looks like they're still looking at doing a lot of this. So it's creating a lot of worry. And again, people are really worried about their futures, where they're going to be getting money that they've been putting into for years and years. Is that just going to be taken and gone overnight? So it's creating a lot of instability, a lot of worry. And also, from the other side of the coin as well, people have had enough. And this can be seen. If you want to know why I'm saying people have had enough, because it can be seen in all the protests. They might not be covered in national media. But if you look in independent media, then you can see a lot about this. And one good place to go for that independent media is MeidasTouch, which is one place to go for good independent media. Fact-based news, but also there's lots of other news places you can go to. Now, we'll put links to those, so I think it's important for people to access fact-based news. not regime news, if you like, almost, and also, the felon's approval rating is also 53% unfavorable. I know I've already said that, but I think it's significant because that is also to do with people's approval of him, if you like. So the questions I'm going to be looking at today then are, will the Democrats wipe out the Republicans in 2026 midterms? And the second question, which is an interesting one, will the Republicans try to manipulate the midterms? Let's ask the cards. Okay. So let's just ask this question to begin with then. So we're going to be asking this question to start off. And now what I've decided to do with this is I'll be looking at 9 cards in total. I'll be looking at a central card, and then I'll be looking at some cards around it. So we will have a look and see what the cards say. I'm using the Cosmic Tarot for this initial part of the reading, but then I will also use the Oracle of the Light as well. And I may need some clarifying cards. We will just see what comes out. But I decided I want one central card to this. Will the Democrats wipe out the Republicans? And then I want some cards around it to tell us all about it a bit more, give us more perspective, if you like. I always change the style of where I put my cards for each reading. It depends on what question I'm asking. Yeah. So let's just have a good old shuffle of the cards. Let's get a shuffle in. Well, let's get a shuffle on. So I hope it's okay where you are. It's really windy here at the moment in the UK. We've got a lot of wind going on at the moment. I suppose you could say there's a lot of hot air in the US at the moment too. Not coming from a positive source too. But there's also some concerning times at the moment too. And yeah, it's in these times where people need to pull together. And let's just see what things say. So will the Democrat wipe out the Republicans in the midterms? Let's put the thing down. Here we go. There we go. So, wow, okay, that's interesting. That's the central one. And then we're going to start here. Yeah. 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 Oh. Okay, wow. Okay, a lot of upside downs as well. Okay, so first of all, this is our central card. Okay, so I feel, for me, this feels like this is a positive card. Actually, this feels like a yes almost. The reason why I'm saying that is it feels like that this relationship that we have at the moment is a bad relationship because it's upside down. We have a dysfunctional relationship we're in the moment, and it feels like that will be coming to an end because it's upside down. So almost like it's breaking apart rather than coming together. The opposite of what lovers are, it feels like that's a coming apart card, and also it feels like an end to that dysfunctional relationship, which is why it's upside down as well, and that's the first sort of feeling I'm getting with this. But it's definitely coming out of a dysfunctional relationship, feeling battered and bruised. And yeah, so that is the first one. The next card, will they wipe them out? So that we have this one. This to me is the Two of Pentacles, is to do with treading carefully, to do with taking your time, going steady with what route you're going and everything like this. The fact it's upside down means I feel that it's not going to be straightforward. I feel things aren't going to be straightforward. This could always be an answer to the second question. will the Republicans try to manipulate? Because I feel this is a possible sign of something fishy going on, you know. Of course, nothing's happened yet, but this is the feeling I'm getting is, let's hope that they batten down the hatches and get prepared, make sure that all proper laws are followed, make sure that everything's done correctly, make sure that everyone who's allowed to vote is able to vote, and all these things, you know. I really get that sense of. And then interestingly, that takes us to the next card, which is this, which is involved. It's going to require courage, you know. And I feel as well, it almost is going to require a coming together of almost parties, almost like, so the true almost Democrats and the real Republicans almost coming together, you know, in that sense of the party what is being touted now as Republican, is that really Republican? Because it's feeling like maybe it's not. It's going almost into dangerous territory, you know. And I feel this is very much like a revitalizing of what the party is, almost, you know, to come together almost in that sense, you know. But it's going to take courage, and it is going to take, just coming together of people for a main aim. Do you see how there's always one stuck up there? It's like forgetting the main aim is that democracy, I feel, you know. In the midterms, this will be the main aim, democracy, people's voices, people's, you know, this is the main aim. And also keeping the courage here, okay? But also this is also going on, I feel this does represent the power of the that power of the Republicans in terms of monetary power. But we must remember that even though they appear to have power, that's not where the true power lies, because this person, I believe, represents like a Republican that is very slyly looking out there. But I feel that this is, they can't see where the true power lies because they're covering the love over. The cups represent love, and this person's covering it over. Now, this is where like the true power, I believe, lies. And so love, cherishing everyone, it lies in democracy, in diversity. This is where the true power lies. So, but they're going to try and sell you everything to tell you that it's not that. I feel this is definitely a card of like they're going to put everything in to making you not believe that, to try and take people's power away from them in that sense, you know. I feel as well with this, like it doesn't, even though we are aiming for like that 2026 midterm, it's going to feel like it's going to get dragged on. This is a very much a sense of like whatever it's going to happen with this midterm, it feels like it's not just going to happen overnight and be gone. There's something going to happen with it that involves looking at it and going back to it again, and maybe some sort of case around it. This could be pointing at. This could be potentially pointing at some sort of case going on, you know, where it slows everything down, because the Chariot is a speed card, racing forward. But when it's upside down, it's about the brakes coming on. So it's like the midterm is going to be, something's going to happen in the midterm where something's going to, like, the brakes are going to come in. I just really feel that the sense of like slowing down, of like stopping, things have to be looked at, what's going on, you know. So let's just see this one as well, the King of Pentacles. Now this to me though is felon 45 losing. What this is, you know. This is definitely because he's got like the pentacle. Now when you look at him the right way up, it's easy to see, but you can see the pentacle in his hand. This man thinks he's a king, but you can see even King of Pentacles, but he's not, because he's upside down, and this is a big loser. This person is a big loser, a big faker, a big lie almost, you know. And I really get a sense of, and this is at the bottom of the reading, interestingly, if you can see. So this very much says here that he's going to be losing it, this to me. you know. Now, interestingly, yeah, we'll see whether it's even felon 45 in that position at that time too, because it might not be him in that position. I'm just getting, I need to say that it might not be him, and I don't know why I need to tell you that. I just get a sense it might be someone else in that position, rather than felon, but we'll see. But yeah, I just got a sense that I just needed to tell you that. So it's interesting. The Princess of Swords, I feel this is someone that there's a lot of hurt around this person. I feel this is also someone that felon is almost going to be getting in action, someone going to really cause craziness. And I don't know who this could be. I guess it could be possibly, we might be looking at a possibly Moscow Marge with this potentiality, but it could be somebody else. But someone else really trying to cause chaos, trying to cause hurt. And the reason why I'm saying that, it's also it was next to the king card on the bottom of the reading here, upside down, you know, just there. So I feel that it feels like there might be a female around the times of the midterms who's supporting Felon 45 or their agenda, who's also really trying to cause some hurt, you know. But we have the Eight of Swords upside down. So the Eight of Swords is looking at hurt. And this to me tells me there's a lot of hurt. I'm going to need to get another card out here because I need some more information on this, believe it or not. But this is to me looking like there's a lot of hurt going to be strewn around on other people though. There's going to be a lot of, I think this is about actually the hurt that Felon 45 is going to create. He's going to try and absolutely throw everything at this to get what he needs, you know. And in answer to the second question, I do feel we are answering the second question at the same time. I would certainly think he wouldn't think twice about doing that, you know, with what these cards are. Doing that type of manipulation creates hurt, creates resistance, creates difficulty. So there is most definitely a sense of that lack of respect for people, walking over people. It'll be really dangerous for people to be around who get in the way, I feel, in that sense, you know. Because they also have the Eight of Swords here, which is the last card of this reading so far, and that is to do with being surrounded by hurt, you know. But almost this could almost say like hurt within. So I don't know what that exactly means. Whether there's going to be some, I don't know, but it just feels like there's going to be a lot of hurt. It's certainly not going to be easy here, but it does feel like America, that first initial card does feel like America almost like ending a dysfunctional relationship, you know, which is what they're right in the middle of now. But I want to get another card out to see will the Democrats wipe out the Republicans in the midterms in 2026? And then I'm going to get an Oracle of the Light card. I'm going to get two of these cards out. Wow. So I feel that this is, I feel that it does feel like it might be a yes, looking at these cards, okay? Because to me, this seems like the end of these harsh words and hurt to everyone will be happening, you know. It feels like the midterms again, this is going to be ending, because when it's this way up, it's a lot of hurt given out to people. There's going to be the midterms are going to be very, very tough. I can tell you that from this reading. It looks like they're going to be very, very tough for a lot of people, but it feels like a lot of people are going to be getting hurt with this, you know, in the midterms, you know, because that starts hurting other people around, you know, rather than just that person. They're directed at lots of people, you know, so there's going to be a lot of people hurt. But to me, the reason why I can say it feels like it might actually be coming to an end is this, because to me, this is very much when you look at it that way up, this is very much a dictatorship card almost, in the sense of piling up the money, but everyone else, all the people and the people of the country is living like paupers almost, while the rich pile up their money. You know, this is very much, that describes that to me. But you have to remember that this card is upside down now, though, so it feels like that is almost like saying this is the end to that. This is the end of that. You know, if it was that way up, I'd be saying it's the beginning of that. And interesting, I think we've actually had this card up for a similar kind of thing about the beginning of things like that. But this to me is more saying the end. This is kind of the card I was waiting for a bit of a clarification card. It feels like this is more of a clarification card for the moment. But it does feel like this is going to be really tough. You can see the cards down there, everyone we've got. But yeah, it does feel like this is going to be very, very tough. Okay, it's not going to be easy. And I think it's good in a way that I've done this reading, because it almost can help people to prepare, in the sense of what do we need to do here to prepare, because it's all about preparation too, you know. And I'm going to get a card out of this to give us this is a deck that me and Francesco created, the Oracle of the Light card deck, with 45 cards in it, and there's also a guidebook too. So let's ask this question: will the Democrats wipe out the Republicans in the 2026 midterms? Just asking the cards. Okay, are we ready? Wow, that is what we kind of needed. That's a yes. That is a yes. Yeah, that's meant. So that is at last, finally. But I did think we had a bit of a clarification with this card. This was quite a clarification card too. But this is, I feel, a yes card. The reason why: metamorphosis, change. There is change in the midterms, big change. Like, actually, this is quite descriptive of big change, because a caterpillar changes into a butterfly. It's so different from it in many, many ways, in all aspects of it. And I think that that's very descriptive of what the change would be like, you know, like literally like night and day. You know, metamorphosis, you know. So I definitely feel that this is our clarification card of it. Yes, it does feel like the Democrats will wipe out the Republicans in 2026 midterms. Okay, of course, this is for entertainment purposes only, as we know. But in the meantime, I do hope you enjoyed the show and everything like that. And it is always interesting to see what the cards show and the insight they can give us. It certainly shows that this is not going to be easy. So we have to be prepared. We have to be strong. We have to stand up and be heard, and we have to come together. There's definitely a coming together as well from this reading. Okay, so listen, everybody, I really hope you enjoyed the reading. So lovely to see you. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, to give us a thumbs up, and if you enjoy the channel, do subscribe. It really, really does mean so much to me. So with lots of love and light from the Oracle of the Light, I will see you really soon. Thank you.